Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Star Life. So, my fiance and I, we have less than 3 weeks now. One of the things we want to do is go to Chinatown in New York City. And my cousin told me about the Chinatown bus. And I looked that up. I'm like, wow, one way, one person, $18. Like, can't beat that. Thing is, that's from Boston. Us getting to Boston is another issue altogether.
Maybe that little company, the taxi company, Adventure Taxi, maybe they would run us to Boston.
Maybe. That's
Because
a
I'm sure it's
thought.
only going to drive.
Yeah. And I also looked up on Greyhound from Brattleboro, round trip for one person, $52, web only fare, refundable $124.50. Standard fare $110.50, advanced purchase $52. That would leave Brattleboro at 10:20 a.m., arrive at 3:30 p.m., 5-hour, 10-minute trip
Where?
to New York City from Brattleboro. And on the way back, it's 5 hours, 35 minutes, but we would be leaving New York City the next day at 5:30 in the morning, and we would be arriving in Brattleboro at 10:05 a.m. I'm like, don't know about that one. I would think I don't even remember what it's called now, the Grand Central Terminal or wherever you go on the bus would be pretty busy 24/7. I mean, I would think it would be somewhat safe. I mean, I don't know. It is New York after all. But, I don't know. I mean, we'd both like to go to Chinatown. The thing is, the best way to do it would be to spend the night there. I mean, I think the main thing we want to do is Chinatown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chinatown.
I'd like to see a little bit of Times Square, but then,
Yeah.
There's that guy that stands out there and with
Underwear.
in his underwear and plays the guitar
Yeah.
and sings.
Now the bus company here, not the bus. What's that name of the Thomas Transportation? They take you to New York City and bring you back, but it's a day trip. And somebody's yelling outside. And I believe they drop you off near Times Square, at or near Times Square, and they pick you up presumably in the same location.
Yeah, it would only be a day trip.
Yeah. And from Times Square getting to
Chinatown.
Yeah, because we've looked at the map before, and
isn't it quite a jog?
Yeah, it is. So, and you can imagine traffic in New York, both the people traffic, pedestrian.
It's a taxi or something.
Yeah, and that would probably not be cheap. Either, crossing the road, you can't cross the road the way you do up here. Up here, you just cross the street. Actually, people stop for you up here.
It's like a herd.
Yeah, and
in Chicago and New York, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we'd have to tie ourselves to each other so we wouldn't get separated. And we both have to have a cell phone, because if we did get separated, it'd be like, where are you? Well, there's a building. Well, there are buildings over here too. What does it look like? Well, they all look the same. I mean, so I don't know. It'd be nice, but it'd be a nice honeymoon, I guess. But if it was a honeymoon, I'd like to stay there more than just one night. Like, spend a couple of days in Chinatown, and then have a day in Times Square. That might be okay.
I'm sure if Chinatown is anything like the Chicago one, it's as clean as a whistle.
Yeah, so,
Chicago, it looks like they scrubbed the street with a brush and a bucket of hot soapy water.
So
Sidewalks, I mean.
clean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, God,
Um,
what they do.
Now, I went to Chicago once, and what I found, at least like on the main drag through town, you have these people that will prey on out-of-towners. They know what to look what to look for. You look out of place, you know, and so don't look out of place.
It's kind of hard to do in
Yeah,
New York City.
yeah. I mean, you know, I wear boots. They're not cowboy boots. They're more like work boots. Of course, what I would wear, I'd probably wear khakis. I don't know what I'd wear, jeans or khakis. One, I don't know, but it'd be nice. And the thing is with the China bus, it's straight through. You know, I don't think they actually stop anywhere, so you could actually sleep. It's only 18 bucks one way, one person. But then there's getting to,
I'm sure it's crowded as hell.
you know, getting to Boston, and you're guaranteed on the one site that I could find an actual schedule and price for. I looked at several, and only one had a price and schedule. You're guaranteed your seat, which is nice. You know, like Greyhound, you're not guaranteed your seat. So
What do you mean?
Greyhound, if they'll just sell tickets,
Oh,
and if you know they have 20 seats, but they have 21 people, you know, you don't,
I think I'd be having a fit.
you know. So thing is, Brattleboro, I mean, at least in Brattleboro, there's a bus every day. There's actually a train that goes to Brattleboro, but not like we can figure that one out. And I've decided that on
Amtrak probably does like they do in Springfield. It would actually be 3rd Street, but it's not an actual street. It stops between 2nd and 4th Street.
oh god,
It's basically they took over 3rd Street,
oh okay,
what would be the downtown area in Springfield, and made it into the railroad track that comes in. The Amtrak and everything else comes through.
I think you can empty that, sweetie.
Huh?
That can be emptied, I think.
I don't think so.
See that thing right there on the side?
That's where the needles were.
Oh. So anyway, so it'd be a nice honeymoon. I mean, I don't know if we'd really have the money to spend there. We could afford the trip to get there and to get back.
Well, I'm
but,
sure Chinatown, the food is terribly expensive. But
yeah, I love Chinese food. I love Japanese food and Chinese food. Oh boy, I mean, I spent
you should get one of the drinks with the tapioca in it.
Well, that might be good. I spent 5 years on Okinawa, so you know I ate a lot of Japanese food.
Unusual.
Yeah, Japanese and Chinese food. We had a lot of Chinese on Okinawa. There's this strong Chinese influence, or at least there used to be. But
Well, the places are so close together.
what?
The two countries are so close together.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Now, a friend of mine over on Facebook, she was stationed on Okinawa when I lived there. She may have actually been my nurse when I was in the hospital, which is like, wow, you know. But anyway, but she was older. I was just a kid. I loved rice balls. Oh God. There's this lady who came down our street when we lived off base, and she sold them. Those were good. Those were really good. The ones I liked were just rice. They didn't have anything in the center, and they were lightly rolled in like sugar cane juice, sugar cane syrup, just lightly. Not a huge sweetness, just a light sweetness. But I'd love to have some kung pao shrimp and some fried rice. Anyway, so just under 3 weeks till the wedding.